all these lines on my face getting clearer. The past is gone.
Well, good evening. It is night number 4 of the 2024 MultiGP Championship. We're about to commence our D-mains of our pro class of the 2024 champs. We're stoked to have you with us here tonight on the MultiGP YouTube channel. We're live from the No Quarter Ranch here in Citrus Springs, Florida, and we've taken a field of pilots, and we just keep cutting away, getting closer to awarding a jersey and the title of 2024 MultiGP champion. It started at the start of the year, 201 global qualifiers held across the globe in 17 different countries. 935 pilots from 38 different countries were globally ranked as part of the journey to qualify here to the 2024 champs. From there, we took our field of the top 150 pilots, gave them that invite, and we worked our way from 58 down to our top 50, and that's where we pick up our journey here tonight in the pro division with our qualifiers 30. The 4 pilots that we just advanced here earlier this afternoon from the E main to the D main. What are we talking about mains? What are we doing? The format, it's a top 16 double elimination of these qualifiers 37 through 48. Those 12 pilots plus our top 4 to advance from this afternoon's E main. We're going to run them in a double elimination bracket format. The top 2 in each of our matches will advance on in our winners bracket. As we see on the screen, the top 2 in match number 1 will go to match 6, match 11, and then to our final and our C main tomorrow morning at 10:30. You can be third, you can be fourth only once. If you get a third and fourth in that first round, maybe the second round, you'll go into the redemption bracket or losers bracket, or I'm Canadian, consolation bracket. I'm sorry. We work your way from your consolation bracket all the way to the semifinal of the consolation bracket, match number 13. Then you have a chance to redeem yourself in match number 13 into that final 4. The final 4 will run tonight, a one-and-done race for some huge podium prizes, but you're going to see some pilot spirits change, a whole different kind of spirit air, because those 4 pilots are going to be getting sent to race again tomorrow morning in our C main. Someone could qualify inside that 30 to 40 range and be our 2024 champion. Could be huge. Could be this guy right here. We go next to our top qualifier of our D main. No stranger to our podium. Back in 2018, he was our first ever, what soon became sport class champion, on our podium to pick up his first challenge coins. Then he becomes a pro pilot. We go to Daytona Beach. He gets another challenge coin. We come to the ranch. Challenge coin, challenge coin. Mr. Challenge Coin, Mr. Din, is with Chris Thomas.
Thanks, Joe. So, Den, you're both a sponsor and a pilot. First of all, thank you from the sponsor side. I appreciate that. But let's not talk about that. Let's talk about flying. Let's talk about the race tonight, because you have a lot to do to prepare. You've put in some packs today, but all of them have been during the day. You're going to go in here cold, flying on a night track. What are you going to do to just prepare yourself to be able to go out there right into that first heat and just give it your all?
So this transition from day flying to night flying was pretty rough yesterday when we did qualifying. Like I think I hit the first gate right away. So today my plan is to probably watch, because I'm in the 4th heat, right? There's going to be 3 heats in front of me. I'm going to try to watch and help my eyes adjust to the night and LED track. There are some secret settings on HG0 you can do. So that's probably what I'm going to be going for.
Well, as one of the older pilots in the heat, I know that you have to take every bit of knowledge, every bit of wisdom you've got to apply against the kids that you're going to be racing today, because they have this ability, it seems. The younger pilots tend to pick the track up almost instantaneously, and it's a common complaint that we hear among the pilots. Well, we'll be watching you out there on the track. Good luck, and hopefully we'll be seeing you move on to the C mains.
Thank you. Thanks, Chris.
Look out. More challenge coins could be in his future. That means he'd be top 3 and he'll be advancing to the C main. Don't count out our TQ, Din. He talked about that transition from the daytime to the nighttime. What's he talking about? We're about to find out right now as we go for a track fly-through powered by our good buddy Free from Indiana. Let's go to the skies and take you on a tour of the 2024 Champs track. We start things off, course, the start and finish gate, hole shot gate, into our fin swoopy section. Finn's FPV with us, to the elevated gate over to our Pilot Institute dive gate. After that, it's a double ladder up on these double stack gates. I like their style. Over to the Hobby Wing dive cube. Now to the big elevated part of the track in the middle. This is a TBS tower. It is a 3-split S or slalom combination. As we come out of that, over a hurdle into our 533 bow tie section. From the top to the bottom to the middle, up and over. Nice roll free on that one. As we go over to our cube screws section, up and over by the Cybertruck. Who's winning that this year? And to our checkered line. That is a run during the day. Nighttime is the right time. Let's do it in color. We go to the white section first, then red, blue, green, and the parts remain the same. There's your Pilot Institute dive gate. Now over to that double ladder up section. It's in the red here in section number 2. As we come out of that section, Hobby Wing Cube over to the TBS triple tower, center of the track, up high to the middle, stitching it up and down low. Over to the bow tie section in blue. We're 3/4 of the way through here on a nighttime lap with Free. And over to the green. Green is a sign of money. We're trying to make a bunch of money tonight through that cube screws section. And to our checkered line right there, there's a lap of the daytime and the nighttime at the 2024 Drone Racing Championship of MultiGP Drone Racing. Yes, sir. Wow, Marcus says, how do people memorize all this? Well, here's what you do. You run it 45 times in qualifying, and then you know it. Everyone has it dialed in. Even I've had it dialed in. This is our 4th night on this track. It's pretty easy. It's sweepy. It's a nice flowing track. One element leads to the rest. If you were to look down on it, you're basically doing an entire clock rotation. And for, what was his name? Wow, João Marquez. We're going to help you out, bud. White, red, blue, green. Start with the sections, work through the gates, and then you too could be a pro pilot like these first 4 pilots getting sent to race. From the E main into the D main, he was your top qualifier in the D main and hit that podium in the E main. He was second in the E main from Bologna, Emilia Romagna, Italia. Let's just say Italy, in his Frango FPV. Working his way in, also an international pilot, the number 47 seed in qualifying here this week, all the way from Germany. It is Radian, the highest ranked sport class pilot in attendance, who hit that podium not too long ago in sport class this week and bumps up into our pro class and qualified 47th in pro. Then we go to the guy in the number 42 spot from Walla Walla, Washington. It's the Bob. And then your high seed here in match number 1 of our D main. 39th in qualifying this week from Bogota, Colombia. It's Cáceres. These are your 4 pilots getting set to fly here in our first matchup. We touched on that bracket. Top 2 moving on in our winner's bracket. Bottom 2 going into our redemption bracket or consolation bracket. And even if we pull a 3rd or 4th in the early throws, might give you a little bit of an extra advantage. As you work through your way through that consolation bracket, you got a chance to make it to the final 4 and have one more pack than whoever comes in out of the winner's bracket to come in hot with your chance to advance to our C main, joining those qualifiers inside the top 36. All right. I hope you're ready for this. First race of our nightly D-Main race at the No Quarter Ranch. Good luck, pilots. We're going live. Pilots, arm your quads. We're live on the tone in less than 5. Go Tone the Bob, the first one off of the blocks. He is now third in traffic right now, but they are 4 wide into that fins swoopy section over to the Pilot Institute dive cube. It's the Bob and Radian 1 and 2. The sport class bump up is in the lead on this thing. The Bob running second. We lost Frengo. We lost Cassarisk. We just have the Bob and Radian going to work here. Frengo is our bump up from the E-Main. Radian, our bump up from Sport Class, and your leader's Radian. The Bob running second, 0.7 of a second back, and look how close they are. It's a chase cam right there. Go on board with Bob. He's running second right now. He had Radian in his sights, and then Bob with a little bit of a bobble. Did I say that? I did. And so now the Bob catching up, but he is running second. Looks like everyone else is goggled up or is static on the screen, so conserve the quad. Just get her done. Radian, white flag flying. 1 more to go. 2 down. 1 to go for one of your Sport Class bump ups, the first time we've ever done it. And there's the Bob onto that lead lap, final lap, 6.8 seconds back from our leader. And again, just taking it a little easy. Still wants to keep that momentum up that he's built over the course of qualifying. And he is gonna move on in our winner's bracket. Radian with her first win of the night, 3 laps coming in 68 seconds. And here comes the Bob to our checkered as well. Bob gets across the line, 8.8 seconds back in second, and it is all good in the hood. So there could be some huge stories here at the 2024 MultiGP Championship. For the first year out of 5 opportunities, we actually bump up a Sport Class pilot into Pro. That decision made in the final throws, it happens, and now you have a Sport Class pilot qualifying midfield of the Pro pilots, and all that track time paying off in dividends as he is now in the winner's bracket of our D-Main. Let's take Radian and the Bob up to match number 6, no channel changes. Cassarisk and Frengo FPV, no channel changes, but you're back in match number 5. That was match number 1 in the books. We say hello to Jackson Wanzi. He says, what's up, Holmes? Not much, Jackson. Just doing a little bit of drone racing at the No Quarter Ranch 2024 MultiGP Championship. Bagzilla says, did you say that? Yeah. The Bob with a bobble. Yeah, that's one to write down. That's one for the books for sure. Say hello to Winder FPV as well. We're looking for a pilot in this one. What was that one again? AM Vet Foods. Okay. We do have some of our C main, B main, A main pilots that are looking for something to do. They are spotting your drones for you and will pick them up in the golf cart. That is service with a smile. You don't see that very often, right? Like Mike Tyson isn't going around and opening up doors for the other guy, right? Like, who's the guy that he's yet to fight? You don't know? George Paul, Jeff Paul, not an MMA guy. I look like Joe Rogan, but yeah. There's just some sportsmanship right there. Chris M, FPV, and Pavelos. Jake Paul, thank you, Two Dog. Jake Paul was what I was thinking of, yeah. Mike Tyson doesn't open up doors for Jake Paul, but Chris M, FPV, and Pavelos will get your drone if you crash out on the track in a golf cart. There we go. Say hello to Smiley. That's Noel Harris, all the way from the land down under. Bean Bastic, Fins FPV, Twidget, and Nos FPV are out of the line. This is match number 2. The 46 seed Twidget, the 43 seed Fins FPV, the 38 seed Bean Bastic, and third in the E main, moving his way up, Nos FPV. An international field again, Fins FPV from Italia. San Remo, Liguria, Italy. Matched up with our bump up, Nos FPV from Cambridge, Massachusetts. Twidget from the old line state of Maryland, down from old Baltimore. And Bean Bastic from New Hampshire. Once again, our thanks to the AM Vents running our food stand here at the MultiGP Championship. A little late here on a Friday night, so they're saying last call for the cheeseburgers, hamburgers, hot dogs, cold drinks as well. They will be back tomorrow morning. Treviper says, who has more fun than us? Nobody. Yes, sir. Nighttime is the right time. Match number 2, the preliminary round. Of course, 14 races, the total race program, so we have just started. We are 1/14 of the way through, Quadfather. 1/14. I'll do the math for you. It's okay. Lots of racing to get to here tonight, and it is night number 4. Of course, Tuesday, Wednesday, we were with our sport class, qualifiers 151 and over, competing in their qualification rounds and elimination rounds. Blasta, the big winner, we're going to see a little bit later on here in this matchup. Qualifying yesterday and today, and now we are at our top 50. Pilots getting sent to go green. Preliminary round, top 2 winners bracket, bottom 2 consolation bracket. Let's make it happen here. Pilots, arm your quads. Live on the tone in less than 5. Fantastic launch right there, Bean Bastic. First one up off the line, but the whole shot is going to go to Twidget. Oohs and ahs. Down goes Bean Bastic. Down goes Finn's FPV. Bean Bastic gets back up. He is running third, but now you got Nos and Twidget, your top 2 at the front. Now Bean Bastic, what a recovery. 3-way battle at the front right now. Nos, Twidget, Bean Basket, 1, 2, 3. And Finn's FPV looks like he's taking a knee here in this first round. Wow, we've had lead change after lead change. Bean Bastic was in third. Now he's back up in the lead. Nos FPV, 7/10 of a second back to the number 2 spot. Then Twidget, 2.5 seconds behind him in third. Less than 3 seconds separating those 3 after 1 as we get set to take him on to lap 2 here in just a moment. Still continuing to chase Bean Bastic. He's over in the cube screw and about to go on to lap number 3 from a right to left, and a little bit of a gap, but a 2-way battle for that second transfer position. There's Nos onto lap 3, 1 to go. Twidget onto lap 3, 1 to go. We're separated by 2 seconds, first to second, second to third. We see one ringer dinger could cost us staying in that winner's bracket, but Bean Bastic has it on lock. Beautiful artwork there. He's over in the cube screw and he's about to go to the winner's bracket. There's a win for Bean Bastic. They stick him with the 2 seconds. Nos FPV pulling up second, and he too goes to the winner's bracket. I'm hearing oohs and ahs to the sidelines. They like that one. Third unofficially, and I said unofficially, going to Twidget. And fourth unofficially going to Finn's FPV, because results are unofficial. They are under review. They are under review. They are saying potentially a double midair in the YouTube chat. That was a double midair. I just know that there was destruction, drone destruction in match number 2. We got some Twidget fans on the MultiGP YouTube channel. Philip Chung says, come on, Twidget. And Valerian says, Twidget loves that hole shot. Yeah, he did. He owned it. He rocked it. And after further review of the tape, results are official. Bean Bastic, Nos FPV, congratulations. Moving on in the winner's bracket. Moving on up. And looks like we have no channel changes. Bean Bastic and Nos FPV to match number 6, no channel changes. Twidget and Finn's FPV to match number 5, no channel changes, no channel changes. A look at the bracket there on the screen. We just finished up match number 2. Looking off to the future, match 6, Radian, The Bob, Bean Bastic, and Nos FPV. With the top 2 in that one going to the semifinal, the winner's bracket. Some good watching right there. 36th seed, 51st seed, 42nd seed, 47th seed. What does that mean? Seeding, just part of the ticketing process to board this flight, because they are ranked all over the place, and they are your 4 fastest so far, as we have another 8 pilots to fly here. Match 3, match 4 of our preliminary round. Coming up next, let's go to the guy who we all feel qualified a little low, redeemed himself in that E-main. your E-Main champion, Ethan FPV, making the trip down from New Hampshire. He's your bump up. LPFPV, this is your race. The number 48 seed is out. He's from Tallahassee by way of Poland, and apparently he's out. So it's going to be a race not to be last. There's only 3 of you. And this one as well, the number 41 seed this week, qualifying 3 positions higher than his finish last year from Moberly, Missouri. It's Shames. And your high seed here in match number 3 from Palmer, Alaska. The number 40 seed, AK Drones, is back. What does that mean? Everybody duck. Yes, sir. 4 pilots are getting to chairs, or sorry, 3 pilots getting to chairs. We're only expecting 3, Seeker. We're only expecting 3. Yes. Just watches his own screens. Like, yeah, you're good. You're in the lead. You're second. Or if the guy gets lost, go to this one. Co-pilot. Say hello to Citra FPV. Says, remember me? How could I forget Citra? A lot of times around that campfire at CFL. Remember that, Chris Thomas? Citra FPV says hi. Let's go to the skies with Ethan FPV, Shames, and AK Drones. A race not to be last to go into our winner's bracket. Third, no tears. You're going down to the consolation bracket. Pilots, arm your quads. Live on the tone in less than 5. All 3 getting up at the exact same time, watching them line of sight. 1, 2, 3. Shames with the hole shot and the lead. Ethan FPV closest to him, has Shames in his sights. Go on board with Ethan FPV. He wants some chase cam, and AK Drones is only about 30 feet back here on the opening lap. Ethan FPV now up into the lead, just ahead of Shames. Now Shames just ahead of Ethan. Holy blade-to-blade battle for the 1 and 2 spots. They're about 3 gates ahead of AK Drones running third. Ethan FPV and Shames now on to lap number 2. 1 down, 2 to go. AK Drones looking for that transfer position, 3.9 seconds back from the Ethan and Shame show. Holy man, look at them go right now. Ethan FPV, though, found a little bit of a gear. He's about to go on to lap number 3. Gap in Shames, and now AK Drones is starting to reel in Shames. So we have a battle for second. Ethan FPV with a big lead over Shames and AK Drones. Now AK Drones ahead of Shames. They're 6 seconds off of the leader, but now it's Shames in third, chasing down AK Drones for that elusive transfer position. AK Drones is only about 30 feet ahead. Ethan FPV is about to get another W, another win. Ethan FPV across the line, 3 laps in about 62 seconds. And second gonna go to AK Drones, 0.7 of a second ahead of Shames. Excellent battle for the lead that then turned into a battle for the bump up of the transfer position. And it was gonna be Ethan FPV, then 5.8 seconds back, AK Drones, then 0.7 of a second back, Shames in third. Little bit of contact at the back of the track. Ethan FPV and AK Drones moving up in our winner's bracket, match number 8. No channel changes. And Shames, you're going to match number 7. No channel change. That was match number 3. That was a banger, literally. So here, this year, using the best use of technology, we actually have timers in each of our sections. The white, the red, the blue, the green. Obviously, we have a timer in the start-finish gate. As they go into each and every section, we get that data. And on our scoring screen, we're actually able to follow the progress. And it's definitely helped us over the course of the week, as if 2 people crash on the exact same lap, and we have to decide who went further, the rulebook states it's whoever successfully completes the last successful passing first. So if there's one gate, both pilots go through it and crash out on the other side. It's not who crashed further, who went through that gate first. And sometimes we have to go do a measuring contest. Sometimes we have to play back the tape. But with the great work of Focus and the team running all those timers out there, we're able to pretty much look at the screen and figure out who went further without lifting an asset. We just look at that screen and boom, we know who's advancing and who may be sent home. And we don't have to lift a finger. It's almost like we work for the government. Denied. Match number 4. Fourth in the E main, bumping up Pro Dangles. In 45th in qualifying from Germany, Iwandi, your 2024 Sport Class champion. 44th qualifying in Pro, Blasta. And your top qualifier in the D main, Din, trying to get another win in. What's about to happen? We're about to find out. Pilots, arm your quads. Live on the tone in less than 5. Yes, sir. Big start. Pro Dangles trying to make that statement, jumping in front of the field, and he crashes into the big white gate. Your TQ goes down. Though there's no Chase the Ace, he would have loved an Ironman win, but he is now crashed out. Pro Dangles is back up, but Din is out. And so into the consolation bracket, we will take him as your sport class champion. He was leading and crashes out. Now you're going to put Iwandi up with him. Blaster with a good recovery. It's Blasta, Iwandi, now Pro Dangles. It has been all about the recovery after lap number 1. Let's put it behind us and see some heat here on laps 2 and 3. Another mistake there for Pro Dangles. Your leader is Blasta, then Iwandi, 1 and 2. And Pro Dangles looks like on that last gate hit has got something on his camera, a little blurry, so he's flying through the pain, but he is about 4.7 seconds back from the transfer position, and we just lost another leader, Blasta, down. So he crashes on lap number 3. That means we need to finish, but Iwandi well out in front and Pro Dangles on that 3rd and final lap. Let's get set to wave a checkered for the German, Iwandi, with the win of match number 4. And Pro Dangles with only about 70% vision right there. Looks like a few too many Pendletons, and he's still able to bring it in. Arrive alive, let Pro Dangles fly. Results are unofficial on that one. Sounds like Pro Dangles is going to be under review. So what does that mean? Behind the scenes, our judges are going to play back Pro Dangles' run for that second transfer position and just see if he went through every gate and flag. And with that blurry camera, I would say good luck as they play that one back. We'll bump him up here in the interim just to see how it plays out. If we have to make changes, we will. But right now, Iwandi and unofficially Pro Dangles moving up to match number 8. And Blasta and Din going to match number 7. Not sure if we have channel changes. You out, bud? Yeah. All right, great to see you. I gotta go let Larry out. Thanks for having me, man. That's awesome. And you're gonna bring that back Sunday sometime, right? Yeah. Either Sunday or. Because I gotta give it to the guy. He's leaving Sunday. All right. Thank you. I guess we're awaiting the review before we bump him up. Okay. That was match number 4. We're live from the No Quarter Ranch here in Citrus Springs, Florida. Coming up, Castle Risk, Fringo FPV, Twinget, and Finn's FPV. You are on deck. Great look at our LED line track with those bright lights up high in the trees, raining down on our track here at the No Quarter Ranch. Our thanks, of course, to Lead Boy and Lead Girl, Michelle Serini and Matt Brooks for hosting their 4th MultiGP championship at their house. It's always nice to come home to the No Quarter Ranch, and we weren't even qualifying yet on Tuesday, and Lead Boy was like, hey man, 2025, we're in. You want to do it here again? Do something here. Let's come back. Let's have a party. The No Quarter Ranch hosting championship events all season long. Also, an unofficial hangout of some of those TV pilots when they get the nod to go to a big event. They fly in and book their room here at the No Quarter Ranch and fly morning, noon, and night the No Quarter Ranch and get all prepared, amped up, and fired up to compete at whatever their next event is. We love coming to the No Quarter Ranch. Of course, Just got to add a little bit of gear to the infrastructure as they host marquee events throughout the year. Great venue to host a championship drone race of any scale. And the 4-time host of the MultiGP Championship. Our next 4 pilots getting set to fly. They are now saying results are official on that last one. Iwandi and Pro Dangles moving on up. And channel change for Pro Dangles going to race band 2. Blasta, we got a channel change for you. Going to go to race band 8 when you come back in match number 7 with Dan. Channel change for Blasta, channel change for Pro Dangles. Of course, you can follow along on those heat sheets as they update dynamically. multigp.live/Pro7. Pro7. So it is consolation bracket time. First eliminations here of the night in our D main. So 3rd and 4th. Going to have their journey coming to an end tonight, finishing in that 49 through 52 range when it's all said and done. This is our first elimination bracket. Match number 5 means we have to run match number 7 before we know who is 49th, who's 50th, who's 51st, who's 52nd. Look at who's 3rd and 4th in races 5 and 7, and then who qualified higher of the 3rds, who qualified higher of the 4ths, and that is how we officially figure out 49th through 52nd. The top 2 staying alive, moving to match number 9. It's Finn's FPV, Twidget, Frango FPV, and Cassarisk. Frango, your bump up from the E main, was 2nd. Had a little bit of time of the lead back in match number 1. And going for the win here in match number 5. Good luck, pilots. Arm your quads. Live on the tone in less than 5. They are up. Wobbly start there for Cassarisk. Ringer dinger for Frango. Who has the best luck? Twidget, your leader. Did he get the whole shot? No, he did not, but he has the early lead. Now he drops to 2nd as we put Cassarisk and Finn's FPV ahead of Twidget. So he's now down to 3rd. And now another position change. Finn's FPV goes up to the lead. He takes your lead onto lap number 2. Then Cassarisk, then Twidget running 3rd. And wow, not sure what happened there. We just lost video for a second for Cassarisk. And then Finn's FPV crashing on lap number 2 as well. And then we are down to just Twidget. They said he loves the whole shot. He didn't have it, but he took the lead early on lap number 1, dropped a couple of positions. Then gets back up in the lead, everyone crashing behind him. And we put him on lap number 3, 2 down, 1 to go for Twidget. Doing his thing right here. This is match number 5. So we're going to have to figure out who went further, Finn's or Cassarisk. Well, you know when they went into the sector, but they both crashed in the same sector, didn't they? And so we just talked about having those sensors throughout the track, and they kick in. We know Finn's went further on that one. So Twidget and Finn's FPV moving on up to match number 9. No channel changes. So even with a crash, we're going to advance with Finn's FPV. And so journey coming to an end for Cassarisk and Frango. Going to finish up 3rd and 4th here in match number 5. And that puts them in that 49 to 52 range when it's all said and done here at the 2024 MultiGP Championship. That was match number 5. Coming up, match number 6 with Radian, The Bomb, Beanbastic, Nos FPV. Next to work, Shames, LP, Blasted, Din on deck, Ethan FPV, AK Drones, Iwandi, and Pro Dangles. 3 away or in the hole. We have some new partners here at the 2024 MultiGP Championship. Want to thank our friends at High Boy for being one of our new partners as part of our MultiGP family. They specialize in e-scooters, e-bikes, even kids' bikes. I was looking at those e-scooters. I think there's one for like $330 right now on sale at highboy.com. And those e-bikes, they've been demonstrating them here on site. Thank you, Highboy, for your support. The 2024 MultiGP Championship. We've got a new partner as well, Rush FPV. I remember when they came on the scenes on or about 2019. A new player here in the FPV game. They started in VTXs, and now they have one of the most popular video transmitter brands. You can find out more about them, rushfpv.net. Foxier is here as well. Thank you, Foxier. A trusted supplier by thousands of FPV pilots with their high-quality parts, professional support team that replies within 24 hours. And a 100% money-back guarantee. Foxier, a favorite among pros and hobbyists alike. Foxier.com. You got a chance to save some money at hobbywingdirect.com using the discount code MGPHW40 to save 20% on all FPV products, your FCs, your ESCs, your stacks. Hobbywingdirect.com. Hobbywing, a long-time supporter of the MultiGP Drone Racing League. They joined us the first time in 2017. They haven't missed a champs yet, and they are #1 in our hearts. Thank you, Hobbywing, for your support of the 2024 MultiGP Championship. We're back at match number 6. We're in the winner's bracket officially for the first time here tonight. So we can be 3rd or 4th going to the consolation bracket, but the top 2 in this one advancing to the semifinal of the winner's bracket, match number 11. Again, we're in match number 6. We have the number 51 seed, NOS FPV, the number 38 seed, Bean Bastic, the number 42 seed, the Bob, and the number 47 seed, your reserve champion of sport, Radian, getting sent to fly. Good luck, pilots. Arm your quads. Live on the tone, lesson 5. They're up. The Bob with the first one to get off the blocks, and Bob and Bean Bastic side by side. They're almost 4 wide over to that Pilot Institute dive gate. It looked like a Radian took a turn at the lead, and we are chasing Bean Bastic now, having a turn up at the front on this one. Looks like it's Bean Bastic, then Bob, Radian, NOS FPV, but too early to call on this one. Looks like your leader went a little too high and wide, and so we have a switch up. Radian now back in the lead. The Bob running second, NOS in third by 1.7. Bean Bastic in fourth, only 3.9 seconds separating all 4 pilots, chasing Radiant. He's coming out of the triple tower and over to the bow tie section. He is out front and trying to gap the field. Bean Bastic running second. The Bob is right hot on Bean Bastic now. It's a battle for second right now. A heater for the transfer position to the semifinal, the winner's bracket. Radiant has a 2-second lead. Bean Bastic and the Bob on top of each other, and the Bob just went down, giving Bean Bastic a whole bunch of breathing room here on the final lap number 3, and it's static with Bob. NOS FPV gets onto that lead lap, so 3 on lap number 3, but NOS FPV looks to be hurting. Who's not hurting? Your winner, Bean Bastic, finishing up huge right there. 0.4 of a second back, Radiant in the number 2 spot, and they are semi-final of the winner's bracket bound. Third, going to go to NOS FPV, finishing up lap number 3, the Bob in 4th. And so we'll take them down into our consolation bracket, match number 9. No channel changes for them, and or maybe channel changes. We don't know yet. And, of course, we will take our top 2, Bean Bastic and Radian, to the winner's bracket, match 11. So I got a channel change for the Bob. The Bob going to race band 1 when you come back with NOS FPV in match number 9. Bean Bastic and Radian, congratulations. Semifinal of the winner's bracket, match 11 is where you go with no channel changes, no channel changes. Match number 7 coming up next. We're back with match 7, back in the consolation bracket with Shames, LPFPV, Blasta, and Din, right after a few words from the friends of MultiGP. Well, we just want to remind all the pilots here, if you crash, don't worry about it. Pavelos and Chris M FPV are in a golf cart, and Chris M is starting to get a little, annoyed about this. He's like, tell them to stay there. We got it. We got it. They will VIP deliver your quad if you crash. And seriously, when Chris M FPV looks at you and says, they just don't get it, man. Do it again. I was scared. They got you. VIP service from your top 16. Shames, LP, FPV, Blasta, and Din. I guess we have no LP, right? There's only 3 of them. So, a race not to be last. If you're last, you're eliminated. If you are first or second, you stay alive. Good luck, pilots. Arm your quads. Live on the tone in less than 5. Great start. Shames first one off the blocks, and it looks like he got the whole shot as well, as we have 3 vying for 2 positions. Shames, your leader. Din running second. Blaster running third. And a little bit of a battle there. Blasta getting by Din. So Blasta and Din battling back and forth for second. Now Blasta challenging Shames. Looks like Blasta had to go back for something. So Shames with a big lead onto lap number 2. 1 down, 2 to go. Shames is 3.6 seconds to the good. Then Blasta and Din second and third, separated by 1.4 seconds. Blasta ahead of Din, and now Din getting ahead of Blasta, and Blasta crashing. So if you are still flying, you better be smiling. You're still in this thing right here. Shames about to go onto a victory lap. Onto lap 3, we take him. A 20 and a 23, we'll take that. There's Din onto lap number 3. Again, the last 2 in the air. Just don't destroy the quad. Have some fun. Let's do it to it. Oh, Shames, your leader, having to go back for a gate in the bow tie section. He still has a pretty good lead, so no chance of a midair here. Or is that an announcer jinx? Din is now just 1 gate behind Shames. Is it a race to our checkered? Oh, Shames has it. Shames gets it done. They finish up 0.6 of a second apart. Shames and Din, they're staying in and moving to match number 10 in the 1 and 2 positions. Results are official. That means third is going to go to Blasta in that. So your 2024 MultiGP Sport Class champion finishes up in the number 50 spot of Pro. Remember, Pro is the top 150 pilots. We had 58 competing, and he wins Sport and top 50 in Pro in the exact same year. Taking a look at this now that we have taken our field of pilots here, 16 competing here in our D main. We've now eliminated 4, so we know those final ranks. Frengo 52nd overall, LPFPV 51st overall. Your sport class champs, Blasta 50th overall and 49th in 2024 Caceres, because their journey comes to an end, but a lot to celebrate here tonight. Well, we got some drone retrieval going on. Got Chris M FPV and Pavelos in that golf cart, and Pavelos now running. Sounds like they're being dispatched. Earlier this week, we had some drone retrieval as well, using those personal electric vehicles, those PEVs. We have a good friend of ours, a MultiGP chapter manager, along with our host, Chris Thomas, over on the side with Sam from High Rides.
Thanks, Joe. Yeah, so I've spent a lot of this weekend hanging out here with Sam, getting to know this equipment, and as passionate as we are about drones, he is passionate about these one-wheel machines. Actually, I watched, I think it was yesterday, you took 20 minutes and you took one of the pilots, and after 20 minutes, he was riding this thing. What's the typical learning curve to get started?
So there's some people who, within 10 minutes, the minute they gone, once you get on it, I already know if you're going to get it in 10 minutes, 20 minutes, 45 minutes, or if it'll take you some time. We had a couple people here. We actually had somebody just today in the night on the rough patch of grass, got on it, and I was like, oh. So I let him alone, 15 minutes. He was already riding by himself, making turns. Most people will learn if they're dedicating themselves to it in about 45 minutes or so. And then there's some people who come from backgrounds like, freestyle skating, stuff like that, that they'll get it the minute they step on. It's just a matter of adjusting, and they go from there. So it's not as hard as it seems. Most people learn in about 45 minutes. Like I said, you just got to want to do it and trust that you can. That's the biggest part of it.
And so if somebody wants to find out about this equipment, What's the best way for them to find out about what you offer?
You can check us out. The best way would be come visiting us in New York at our iRides Sales and Service Center. Otherwise, you can check us out online at www.irides.com. That would be www.ai-rides.com. Love how you get there, iRides. And that's another way to check us out. Also on Instagram, ai.rides.
Well, appreciate it. And back to you, Joe. Let's go.
Thank you, Chris. Thank you, Sam from iRides. And yeah, if Perry can ride them and Shelby Vole can ride them, that's right. Not as hard as you would think, for sure. Thank you, Sam at iRides. Let's go to match number 8, winners bracket race. Top 2 going to the semifinal of the winners bracket versus Bean Bastic and Radian. Pilots, arm your quads. Live on the tone in less than 5. On to the races we go. Pro Dangles again with a great start. First one up. Whole shot going to go to Ethan FPV, though. He has got just a little bit more momentum. Climbing up that ladder from the E main into the D. And, well, one race away from making it to the C if he keeps the momentum up as he leads our charge. Looks like we lost Iwandi. He's trying to get back up. Looks like we lost AK Drones. He's trying to get back up. Ethan FPV, your leader by a bunch. On to lap number 2. Pro Dangles running second. 3.9 seconds ahead behind our leader, but now we're down to 3. AK Drones is back up on the opening lap, about to get onto lap number 2 from that green section, or does he get lapped here by Ethan FPV? AK Drones now into lap number 2. Ethan FPV now onto the third and final lap, so watching a battle here for track position. Now AK Drones and Ethan FPV 1 lap apart, and Pro Dangles getting a little gap there by the field, even though he's running second. So a little tough to follow there, I understand, but we're about ready to wave a checkered flag, and it looks like AK Drones will get on to lap number 3. So no, he does not. So AK Drones is done after 2, and Pro Dangles makes it official regardless. Ethan FPV with the win, then 5.4 seconds back, Pro Dangles in second, and AK Drones getting NASCAR there in third. So into the consolation bracket, we'll take AK Drones and Iwandi. And to the semifinal of the winners bracket, we take second place Pro Dangles and your match 8 champion, Ethan FPV. Sounds like results are official. Those not sure says Dangles knows the game. That's right. Results are unofficial. We do have a review on that one. They are reviewing Pro Dangles. So, AK Drones might be okay. AK Drones, right now we're going to move you to match 10, just tentatively. AK Drones with a channel change, race band 8. Iwandi, no channel change when you come back with AK Drones in match number 10. And Ethan FPV and Pro Dangles, we're going to take you to match 11, no channel changes. But again, there is a review on Pro Dangles right now. Well, in this next heat that we're about to see, we have Finn's FPV. Finn's FPV fly different, producing high quality and engineering design products for quadcopters, multi-rotors. They specialize in drone racing FPV, long range, and freestyle drones. Quality is the key with Finn's FPV. Their racing frames are designed by Italian mechanical engineer Finn's FPV. Every single frame in their shop is the result of months of research, studies, and on-field testing in order to give you the best drone racing experience possible. Find out more, finnsfpv.com. They tell me results are official on that last one. Pro Dangles, you're in. Semifinal of the winners bracket, match 11. We also want to thank our friends at 533.com, the choice of champions and best customer support in the industry. Fast, light, durable, racing, freestyle, and long-range drones. Fly533.com. 2 3s and a 5. Fly533.com. We also want to welcome back Emax to the MultiGP family. 5-star trusted reviews. Lowest prices direct from the manufacturer for parts and accessories for your Tiny Hawk, Easy Pilot, Hawk drones, much, much more. They're also the official aircraft of the MultiGP STEM Alliance. Emax-USA.com. Fast service, great products. Thank you, Emax. Match number 9. Into the redemption bracket, consolation bracket. 3rd and 4th in this next race. Going to be in that 46 through 48 range. Why don't we call it 45 through 48 range? Inside that top 50 when it's all said and done. Top 2 staying alive. Going from this match 9 to match number 12. The next stop after match 12, the semifinal of the winner's bracket, or the consolation bracket rather. 12 goes to 13, semifinal of the redemption bracket. The top 2 in that going to the C main, match number 13. That's where the winner's bracket and redemption bracket join. The top 2 in match number 13 going to our C main, and that final race tonight, a race off for podium. Tommy G FPV asking, where's the race held this year? It's at the No Quarter Ranch here in Citrus Springs, Florida. It's our home of the MultiGP Championship. This is the 4th visit. And it's also the 10th MultiGP Championship. The first MultiGP Champs was in 2015, just outside of Miami. But that one is not, it was the first, but we don't count it as the first. Let me tell you why. The first year, it was an invitational. They reached out and recruited the fastest drone pilots in America for the MultiGP Champs 2015. Sean Taylor was our first ever winner. The next year in 2016, the first year that there was a qualification program to Champs. That year, doesn't have an asterisk. And then Sean Taylor won that one again to become our first ever 2-time MultiGP champion. And lots of adventures and lots of champions crowned since then. This is match number 9. Top 2 stay alive. Bottom 2 getting Chris Thomas high fives. Let's go green. Pilots, arm your drones. We're live on the tone in less than 5. Here, news in Oz, and I think we just lost Twidget. Oh, he's back up. He's right with Nos FPV. It's Nos, Fins, Twidget, and the Bob. They're only separated by about 10 feet. Fins, your leader after 1. Nos and the Bob battling out here for 2nd. And then we will get Twidget onto that lead lap. He is about 5.4 seconds away from the transfer position as everyone working on lap number 2, chasing Fins FPV. The Bob now getting a little closer to the front. And Fins, the Bob, and Nos FPV on to lap number 3. So pretty much a 3-way battle at the front. Twidget within reach, and Twidget crashing out. Down to 3. And look at this one here. Fins still trying to hold him off. The Bob and Nos FPV grinding for 2nd. And Fins goes down. The Bob up into the lead. Nos now running 3rd. Fins back into 2nd. The Bob gets the win. He will stay in. And 2nd going to go to Fins FPV. And there goes Nos across the line. 3.7 seconds back from the transfer position. And the judges say results are official on that one. The Bob and Fins FPV going to go to match number 12. No channel changes. The Nos FPV and Twidget FPV having a journey come to an end right here. And finishing up the 2024 MultiGP Championship in about the 48 to 46 range, which means Nos moved up from 51st into that top 48. And Twidget right about where he qualified 46, and It's going to finish up here 47th or 48th, depending on our next redemption bracket. That was match number 9. Coming up next, match 10, Shames, Din, AK Drones, and Iwandi getting set to shine in match number 10. Coming up here in just a few moments. We'll be back after we give some love to the great partners of MultiGP.
Flying FPV drones is awesome. Fixing them, not so much. The second you have a problem, you're forced to go to the internet to search through hours upon hours of YouTube videos with no guarantee that you're even going to solve the problem. Before you know it, you've spent more time fixing your FPV drone than you spent actually flying your FPV drone. We've created FPV Pit Stop. This is a problem-solve guaranteed service connecting you with an FPV drone professional who will make sure you get your FPV drone back in the air. If you don't have the time, the skills, or the resources to repair the drone by yourself, you can send your drone in to our repair service and we will fly it, test it, and tune it, and send it back to you every single month. So many people have had to give up their dream of flying FPV because they haven't been able to get their drone in the air, and it's time for that to stop. If you're interested in learning more about FPV Pit Stop, there's information in the link below. We are so excited to launch this service, we are so excited to help people, and we are so excited for you to start flying more FPV.
Yeah, buddy. Nighttime is the right time for a drone race. If you're just joining us, we're partly through our D main of the 2024 MultiGP Championship. Earlier this week, qualifiers 151 and onward in our Sport Class Championship. And here we are in the early throes of our Pro Class Elimination Knockout rounds. We're at match 10. Where third and fourth in this next matchup going to be somewhere in that 45 to 48 range. The other two moving a little closer to maybe the C main or higher here tonight. It's going to be Iwandi from Germany, AK Drones from Alaska, Din from California, and Shames from Missouri. Let's go green. Pilots, arm your quads. Live on the tone in less than 5. Big start. Watching Din and Shames right off the lock. Boom! Up in the air they go. And we are 4 wide through that Pilot Institute dive gate. We have an early leader yet. Looks like AK Drones. No, he's going to drop a position. Another lead change. Shames was pushing up to the front. And now it's Iwandi, then AK Drones, Din, and Shames. 1, 2, 3, 4, but this one's close. Iwandi, your leader after 1. AK Drones and Din, Shames. 3-way battle for second right now. 1.8 seconds back behind our leader, Iwandi. Iwandi coming out of the triple tower over to the bow tie section. To the bow tie section we go with AK Drones, Din, Shames. Holy, this one is one for the books right here. With another lap to go, Iwandi leading. AK Drones still in second. Din and Shames on top of them, less than 3 seconds separating all 4 pilots as we watch Din and Shames, both of them going through the Pilot Institute dive gate at the exact same time, both of them with issues, and Din getting back on his way, and this one looks to be all Iwandi. He's over in the box screw, and now he's at the checkered. Iwandi staying alive with the win after match number 10. AK Drones getting across the line just in time as well. That gives him second. That moves him up to match number 12 as well. And Din going to finish strong right there. Third here in match number 10. That's going to give Shames fourth. And so I think at this stage we now know that ranking. Yeah, that is where this end of the redemption bracket comes to an end. So those final rankings coming in, Twidget 48th overall, Shames 47th overall, NOS FPV 46th overall, and Din, top 45 guy, 45th overall. The conclusion of their journey here in the D main of the 2024 MultiGP Championship. That's going to be great news for Christy. Got some more drones to fly here tonight. Iwandi, AK Drones, moving to match number 12. No channel changes. No channel changes. Who do you have? Who's the pilot? Is it Blaster? Coming up next, semi-final of the winners bracket. Well, as we get ready for that, we have a guest over on the sidelines with Chris Thomas, our founder and CEO of MultiGP. He's the 2024 Sport Class Champion and Top 50 in Pro in the exact same year. Blasta is with Chris Thomas.
Well, thanks, Joe. And we made a very special exception this year because there was some cancellations in the pro event. So we allowed two of our sport pilots, the first and second positions, to bump in and spend the time racing with the pros. So what an amazing time. You were able to roll through there. You were able to just win the sport event and then make it into the pros. What an amazing feeling. I mean, did you ever expect that this was going to happen?
I did not, but it was a great opportunity. You know, I didn't finish quite what I thought I would, and crashing on those first two heats really sucks, but I made it this far. I got the Pro Class Championship, or the Sport Class Championship, and even competing in Pro Class is a dream. I really enjoyed it. And root for Radian. He's the oldest Sport Class pilot who got bumped up. He's in the semifinals now. One more win, and he gets to the finals and gets the D main, or a C main.
Yeah, so now Radian is the last pilot from Sport Class to watch. Let's see what he can do. Back to you, Joe.
And congratulations. Got to be proud with those accomplishments here in 2024. We're at match 11. We're down to 8 pilots here in our D main, which means the whole shot rule comes into play. Contact resulting in a crash before the whole shot gate, which is our start finish gate. We will call it back. Now, if you watched our Sport Class Championship on Wednesday night, we had a crash or collision contact before the start finish gate. But the guy who rear-ended the other dude pushed the first dude through the start-finish gate and followed him. And it was contact before the start-finish gate, and the crash happened after the start-finish gate. Looked like a whole shot, but was not. Let's just do one thing. Keep it clean. Keep it clean. What do you think you are? Jake Paul? Mike Tyson? We want our ears here. Good luck, pilots. Semi-final, the winner's bracket. If you are top 2, you are joining us tomorrow morning in our C main. If you are top 2, you're racing for some great prizes tonight. If you're not top 2, you still have a chance. Don't worry about it. Let's go green. Pilots, arm your quads. Live on the tone in less than 5. An absolutely fantastic start. I enjoyed that one. Line of sight. And, well, Blaster was talking about the guy that was second to him in Sport Class Radian. He says, cheer on Radian. Radian got up to second, but has now dropped down into 4th. It looks like it's Ethan Beanbastic, Pro Dangles 1, 2, and 3. Radian trying to catch up here, but holy, another position change. Bring him on to lap number 2. Ethan Beanbastic, Pro Dangles 1, 2, and 3. And here comes Radian on that lead lap. He is 4.8 seconds back from the transfer position. As we continue to chase Ethan, Beanbastic is closest to him. Looks like, wow, it's separated by about 10 feet. Pro Dangles still running 3rd. This is on lap number 2. They still have another lap to go. And Pro Dangles with an issue. Beanbastic now up into 2nd. Ethan Beanbastic on to lap number 3. Pro Dangles now catching up, but 3.3 seconds back from the guaranteed lock to that C main tomorrow morning. And Pro Dangles, Radian, well put together. They're only about 4.2 seconds away from the transfer position. It is the final lap. The checkered flag is flying. The first one to get it is Ethan. Another win for him. I mean, he wasn't the TQ, but he has been winning every race like an Iron Man. Ethan FPV just went from the E main to the D main to the C main tomorrow. Beanbastic, hope you don't have plans tomorrow. You're racing with us in the C main as well. 3rd going to go to Radian, 4th to Pro Dangles, but don't pop the cork on the Pendleton yet. Results are unofficial. Unofficial. You can bump them, Roger. We'll just switch them back. There's no channel changes for anyone. Tentatively, Ethan FPV and Beanbastic going to go to match number 14. Radian and Pro Dangles match number 13. No channel changes, but This one is under review. They may be reviewing a few things there. That one was insane. What did you think about that? Yes, sir. Yes, my guy. Hey, my guy. Replay screen, Dougie. I want to thank our friends at Blue Eddy. New partner here at the MultiGP Drone Racing League. As a technology pioneer in clean energy, Blue Eddy is committed to a sustainable future by providing green energy storage solutions for both indoor and outdoor use. BlueEddyPower.com on the World Wide Web. For over a decade, they've committed to delivering diverse energy solutions for homes, off-grid living, businesses, inspiring a green lifestyle and empowering for a brighter future. Also, you got a chance to win some great stuff from Blue Eddy. Be sure to visit the Blue Eddy tent today and take advantage of their amazing power stations to charge your lipos, your cell phone, your Apple Watch, whatever you need. And don't forget to post your photos. Post those photos you charging up on social media, tagging MultiGP and BlueEddy_official with the hashtag BlueEddyPower for your chance to win amazing Blue Eddy prizes. And I was showing you my pictures. Dude, I had to read the thing. Yeah, you just had me up there. Go back. Yes, it is a static image of Blue Eddy that I'm talking about. Yeah, it is. You just had it on the screen. Yeah, it's my DVR screen. It's my screen to you. It's the Blue Eddy shit that goes with the Blue Eddy voiceover that I'm doing now. Dude, I'm looking. And now I'm not. That looks familiar, doesn't it? There's a look at the power of Blue Eddy. Powering our food stand with the AM Vets. Also powering our charging station as well. I'm in the running. I'm hashtagging Blue Eddy Power. Look at all those chargers hooked up to Blue Eddy Power. We also ran our Zippy Q powered by Blue Eddy. And here is my race control powered by Blue Eddy. And that one, I drained 200 watts a second. 200 watts a second. I was running an 1800 watt, 1152 watt hour machine. And I was running a little low, so Blue Eddy hooked me up. And look behind me. That is 5,000 watts hooked up to about 3,400 watt hours to get us through the day. And behind that, the Blue Eddy cooler and the Blue Eddy ice machine as well. Thank you, Blue Eddy, for your support of the 2024 MultiGP Championship. We're set to fly here on match number 12. The Bob, Finns, Iwandi, and AK Drones. Top two race back-to-back. A chance to advance to that C main. Bottom two eliminated. Good luck, pilots. Arm your quads. Live on the tone in less than 5. We're out to the races. The Bob with the whole shot, then Finns, AK Drones, Iwandi. Bob now dropping to second. Looks like Finns up into the lead. With AK Drones, Iwandi well within reach. The whole field separated by not even a gate. And Finns going down. He was running second. That moves AK Drones up at a second. Iwandi into third. As we're chasing the Bob, no, and AK Drones right behind him. They're separated by 0.2 of a second. There's Iwandi running third. 3.5 seconds away from the transfer position. It looks like Finns FPV might be done. He's trying to turtle. AK Drones now taking the lead midway through. Lap number 2. The Bob looks like he got a little loosey-goosey. He was still running second, but issues at the bow tie. That moves Iwandi up into second. As we put AK Drones onto lap number 3, here comes Iwandi onto lap number 3. Can we get back up with the Bob? Needs to get up and needs to find Iwandi. The Bob is up. Iwandi needs to finish. AK Drones is at that bow tie section. Over to the green section. That is a cube screw. And we just lost video on AK Drones. So the Bob gets up and back onto lap number 3. AK Drones finishes first, and Iwandi pulls up second. That one was all about the recovery right there. I'm sure the judges are going to be calling it. I just don't know if they have full confidence in that. They may. We have a judge on every channel. They say, yeah, 1 and 2 are good. AK Drones and Iwandi, congratulations. You're moving to the semifinal of the consolation bracket. Third, going to go to the Bob. Fourth to Finn's FPV. Their journey comes to an end here tonight. Going to finish up in that number 44 spot overall for Finn's FPV. That's about where he qualified, 43rd this week. And the Bob in 43rd. That's about where he qualified here this weekend, 42nd. Channel change coming in for Iwandi. Going to go to race band 1. Channel change for Iwandi to race band 1 when you come back in this next heat, the semifinal of the consolation bracket. Coming up here in just a mere moment. Just moments away from what could be an absolutely insane race 12. Coming up, semifinal, the consolation bracket with AK Drones, Iwandi, Radiant, and Pro Dangles right after this. Taking a look at what's to come here in 2025. Get your calendars set. March 21 to 23, we're going back to Texas to the only endurance race of its kind, Mayhem. With Dallas Drone Racing, Jay McGibbon and the team. It's the 10th Mayhem, March 2025. That is March 21 to 23. Love to see you at that one, our first official event of 2025. Then shortly thereafter, it'll be time to crown what I believe is our 8th collegiate drone racing champion. Remember, the first one is Empty Astro. Seen Flying J as a champion, Engineer as a collegiate champion. Many that we've featured here on our podiums. The Collegiate Drone Racing Championship coming up in that April to May range. The fastest drone racing collegiate pilots on the planet. And it all ends in a foot race and a trophy presentation as well. There's Engineer, foot race champion. 3 times a collegiate drone racing champion. That is going to be coming up maybe late March, then maybe April, could be May in 2025. And of course, get ready to join us at the world's largest drone race freestyle festival party. That is the International Open, the Academy of Model Aeronautics, Muncie, Indiana. June 11 through 15, we're going to Muncie, back to that 380-acre flying field, where we run 6 different tracks, 8 drone in the air at any given time of all sizes. And the party goes to the wee hours in the morning in the Tiny Whoop tent as well. The dates are in for 2025, June 11 through 15. That is Father's Day weekend. Join over 300 drone racing pilots from around the globe. Compete in a multitude of events at I.O. International Open, June 11 through 15. And of course, the whole season will have a few more great events added. And it'll round out the end of the season with the 2025 MultiGP Championship, as I've been calling the MultiGP Champs X. It'll be the 11th, but it's our official 10th with a qualifying period in 2025. Semi-final, the consolation bracket, just about set. We're going to be back here in just a moment with AK Drones, Iwandi, Radian, and Pro Dangles. Well, of course, it comes to the important part of our program where we have those long-distance dedications. I'm Casey Kasem over here, and of course, those family emergencies that we must address. So first, Philoblasta. Kindle needs the Disney password. That comes in by way of the YouTube chat. Philoblasta, if you can connect with them. We have some Disney issues. Kindle, you should be watching the drone race. We only have another like 20 minutes to go. Then you can watch some Disney, okay? What are you going to watch? Let It Go? Frozen for the 50th time? And the other one, another important family announcement. El Madero, I don't know if this is El Madero's writing, but Siren, come home. We miss you. And that was our long-distance dedication segment of the D-Mains of the MultiGP Championships. Match number 13. That's where we're at. Pro Dangles, Radian, Iwandi, and AK Drones. Top two in this. Better not have plans tomorrow. You are in the C main and racing for prizes on deck. Bottom two, you're done tonight, but top six in the D main, not the worst. Forget about that. Let's go for first. Pilots, arm your quads. Live on the tone in less than 5. We're on to the races. All four up at about the exact same time. Whole shot going to go to Pro Dangles. He's holding them off, but they are 3 wide through that Pilot Institute dive gate. It was Pro Dangles, Iwandi, Radian. That was the running order at that check mark. He's still Pro Dangles holding him off. Iwandi losing a spot, and well, looked like Radian was trying to make a pass, and when Iwandi went wide, Radian went wide, and so both of them trying to recover. Radian got up into second, and then Iwandi took the place back. So it's Pro Dangles, Iwandi, Radian. We lost AK Drones. So a bunch of changes there for second and third, but Pro Dangles has it on lock right now with about a 5-second lead over the rest of the field here on lap number 2. Still watching, wow, trading places again. This is a huge battle for that second transfer position. Iwandi back ahead of Radian, but Radian was ahead of him for second there not too long ago. They're separated by 0.7 of a second, and there goes Radian. Your reserve champion of sport class is going to be, well, he's back up. So Iwandi still has a little bit of pressure on him, but breathing room. Pro Dangles is with us on Saturday morning. Pro Dangles just punched his ticket to the C main. Iwandi pulls up second by 4.9 seconds. Radian in third. And the results are unofficial. But this time, Pro Dangles, you are official. You are definitely in. The review is underway on Iwandi. Iwandi is being reviewed on the first lap, something about a flag, I believe. And so, Radian, your journey may not come to an end yet. And so, that one is under review. We do know that Pro Dangles is advancing to our on-deck heat, which is the race-off for podium prizes and the title of D-Main champion, along with our reserve champion and second runner-up, third on our podium. That will be decided here momentarily. But who's racing in it? We only know 3/4 of the pilots. We have a review happening here behind the scenes. While the judges do their thing, and our gracious thanks to them, we're going to be back here in just a few moments with the result of the review and our final of the D-Main. And big news coming in on the headset. Results are official. Iwandi will also advance to our C main and our D main race off here in the on deck circle. Iwandi got a channel change for you going to race band 7. Iwandi to race band 7. And you are up right about now, along with Protangles, Bean Bastic, and Ethan FPV. Well, an event of this magnitude couldn't be done without the support of our local sponsors, our national partners, our endemic sponsors, non-endemic sponsors, and of course, the volunteers that put the passion, the sweat, and the tears into the labor and the love to host an event of this scale. Thank you to the many red shirts, the volunteers, and the voluntolds. Our express thanks to Alex Suarez, that's underscore Alex underscore, of course, underscore mom underscore Kate Suarez as well. Thank you, Ferrari. He's always a big part of Champs since 2020. He has been in the trenches. We've given him some tough jobs. He was the dump the firmware guy, the most unloved guy by the pilots, most loved by us. But Ferrari always willing to jump on a bomb, and now working on scoring. Excited to always see Ferrari at a major. Of course, Lead Girl, thanks for all that she has done for how many years now? 4 at her house, and another 4 previous to that. Thank you to Seeker. Always excited to see Seeker at a MultiGP major, and he puts in record steps going up and down the flight line, always ensuring that the pilots are all right before they go green. Thanks to Stark as well, always making sure that we clean up after ourselves and running those flight lines as well. Diver down, that's Doug Kling, our boy in the truck. Also, Philoblasta, Andre, Quad Father. He only ran a couple of cables this year. Probably going to need to get a few more cables out there tomorrow. Thank you, Quad Father. Shames, Christy Ames, Cali FPV. They were the first ones here on site that didn't live here on Friday to kick off the build of the 2024 MultiGP Championship. Thanks to Fix It as well, coming in early to help. Joe Bullinger, Two Dog RC, Focus, of course, Raw FPV, our construction master. Also free, more than just a flyover. Thank you to Zebra 3, driving that golf cart around, helping us build those gates. Thank you to Alien for all that he's done. Got in on the timing here lately and also keeping the Stellas cold. Just Jay helping on the build, doing some judging as well, even though I think he missed an important one I heard on the radio. We'll talk about that later, son. Also, Dylan Blips, thank you for joining us here this weekend. Henry, Claire, also Lead Boy, Hyper. He's there from 11 to 11. You always say a 12-hour shift. El Madero, what's in the box? His heart that he gives to MultiGP, now on our volunteer crew. Derek Havener and everyone else who lifted up a table, helped us stand up a gate, or contributed in some way, some rhyme, some reason. We tip our hats to you. Thank you to the crew of volunteers of the 2024 MultiGP Championship. Over on the sidelines, we have one of our pilots and sponsors that we featured here tonight. Chris Thomas, our founder and CEO of MultiGP, is standing by with Finn's FPV.
Yeah, thanks, Joe. So, Finns, we just saw you get eliminated, and it was a bad beat, but it was some serious competition. But I want to talk to you about your product. You have one of the most unique drones that I've seen out here. Instead of flying the normal X configuration, you're flying a plus configuration, and it is absolutely amazing. Why did you build your drone like that?
Yeah, basically, we developed a new frame this year with Hyper, and he actually had the crazy idea to just try to fly it in the E Plus configuration, and we could really do by changing one arm and one plate. So there was opportunity to try this configuration on a very light frame. And that's it. Yesterday I brought here. I didn't thought of trying it, but then I crashed the other and I just give it a try, and I felt very good. I think it will be good to see the potentiality of Plus on a very light frame, and we are still trying to learn it. And I think it looks very cool. I mean, besides of how it flies, it's something different to see.
And with your brand, it is fly different. And I would say, without a doubt, instead of flying like this, that is quite a bit different. So, awesome. I love seeing this kind of innovation in the sport. Keep it up. And thanks so much for sponsoring the event.
Thank you.
Well, it's now time for your D main final. You are going to see these 4 pilots again at 10:30 tomorrow, advancing to our C main as we get set to race one last time tonight for prizes. Well, we start things off coming out of the consolation bracket. One of our great pilots here coming in, qualifying pretty high in our D main. From Germany, it's Iwandi. Coming out of our winners bracket, second highest qualifier of the D main. From New Hampshire, it's Bean Bastic. And we have 2 pilots doing great things, bumping from the E to the D and again to the C. Your double bump up pilots. First one to us from Leesburg, Florida, Pro Dangles, doing some more racing here tonight. And finally, qualifying lowest of this field of pilots, and now comes in with a target on his back. Another double bump up from the Northeast as well. Ethan FPV in your D main final. Yes, sir. This is for the podium. You're all racing tomorrow. Double bump ups, Dangles and Ethan, and Bean Bastic and Iwanti going to be going up a weight class tomorrow. But now it's time to watch these Titans in the D main go to the skies. Good luck, pilots. We're about to go green. Pilots, arm your quads. Live on the tone in less than 5. We are off to the races, and a fantastic start, of course it is, in our D main final here on a Friday night at the No Quarter Ranch in Citrus Springs, Florida, host of the 4th edition of the MultiGP Championship here, the 10th MultiGP Championship, and 4 great contenders going to work. Ethan, Pro Dangles, Bean Bastic, Iwandi, your unofficial running order, but they're only separated about 5 feet, 1 to 2 to 3 to 4. There's Ethan, Pro Dangles, Bean Bastic, and Iwandi, your running order after 1 lap with 2 laps to go. Ethan FPV looking for his second podium. He was the winner of the E main and is in position right now to win the D main, which means I'd be scared if I'm in the final 4 of the C main. Ethan FPV, your leader, and Dangles, your other bump up, running second. Bean Basik and Iwandi running 3rd and 4th. 3.6 seconds separating all 4 pilots after 2. Iwandi with a mistake. He's still back in 4th. Ethan FPV has a lot of pressure by Dangles and Bean Bastic, and there was a little bobble from Ethan. That is going to move Dangles up in the number 1 spot. Dangles with the win of the D main. Yes, sir. Bean Bastic will be your reserve champion of the D main as well. 1.2 seconds back, but another race and another podium for Ethan FPV. The winner of the E main is your second runner-up, 3rd in the D main here tonight, and Iwandi pulling up 4th. But as I look up on the screens, that one is under review. And I believe I can say it for the second time here tonight. There is a review in play, but Dangles, you are good. You are our D main champion. Well, we've been thanking all of our volunteers, and I know that most Team Canada is front row in Judges Row under the tent. Shout out to them. Fly Nix, Rose, and crew. The judges have already played back the tape, and they say results are official here tonight. So your second runner-up, 3rd on our podium, is going to be Ethan FPV, your reserve champion, Bean Bastic, and Pro Dangles. Having a great afternoon and evening. 4th in the E main, number 1 in the D main tonight. Well, they're all fired in inside of the YouTube channel, the MultiGP YouTube channel. They're saying, go Bean, let's great racing, Bean. Way to go, Sam. Dangles is what Not Sure says. They're proud of Ethan's performance as well, and the Germans are still up. Proud of Iwanti. Excited to see him race here in about 14 hours time, 13 hours time. We will see these 4 pilots flying again. Our podium presentations here coming up in just a few moments. Want to say a great thanks to all of those watching on the MultiGP YouTube channel. Don't go anywhere. We're still awarding some hardware here this evening. So stick around, Chet Mack, E-Doc, Bagzilla, Andrew McGrellis. Not sure. Mr. Rick James, 83, Mr. E. And those watching at home, I know they're watching in Palm Bay. A late night, but they want to see their dad on the screen. He's coming up. He's coming up. And hello to Wyatt, Rachel, Savannah, of course, Stacy. Haven't missed a MultiGP drone race. And, well, Dad is going to be able to say goodnight to you here in just a few. We have some hardware to award here tonight in our D Main Championship. I know they are getting queued over on the sideline. We have those big prize buckets being lined up and cameras rolling in, mics rolling in as well to award some hardware here in our D Main. Third place going to get a Foxier flank controller ESC, a Rush Cherry, a Nano RX by Beta. Our reserve champion going to get 4 T-Motor V-Loxes, a Rush Cherry, a Beta ELRS Lite. And tonight's winner of the D-Main Dangles going to be taking home 4 T-Motor V-Lox 2808s, a Rush Cherry, a Rush Flight Controller, a Beta Nano Receiver, and my favorite prize we've ever awarded, a Torvald bag as well. What loot we're about to give out over on the sidelines. Well, your champions are at the sidelines with our founder and CEO, Chris Thomas. It's now time for your D-Main Awards presentations.
All right, thanks, Joe. I'm looking for my second runner-up. Third place, Ethan FPV, coming to get another coin. Come on up here, Ethan. So we did this in the last round, so you know what to do. I've got prizes for you. I've got a coin for you. But I want you to look in that camera, better than last time, and say something really nice to your dad who's operating that camera right now. Go right ahead.
All right, well, thank you. I appreciate everything that you've done for me for drone racing, especially leading up to this race. I had nothing as far as park goes, and now I do have flying quads. So this podium right here wouldn't be without your help, and the win earlier today wouldn't be without your help, and hopefully I can carry that into tomorrow.
That's right. You got to finish it off with love you, Dad.
Love you.
There we go. All right. Good job. Let's get some pictures. Yep, thank you. All right, now our first runner-up, second place, Bean Bastic. That's an interesting name you got there.
That's a fun one.
All right, there you go. So, man, it was great. I've seen all kinds of flying styles. I've seen, the head all over the place. But you have this hard to the right flying style. What's that about?
I have no idea. It just works. Everyone kind of makes fun of me for it, but it works. I mean, if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
I mean, it got you the win, so I think you're onto something right there. Anybody you want to thank?
Yeah, I want to thank all my friends and family that are watching, especially Wrecked. I mean, I wouldn't be here if not for them. And also the Virginia Tech drone racing team. Coming in my freshman year of college, I had no experience flying FPV. And I would not be here without them. So thank you guys so much.
That's what I'm talking about. I love seeing the support. And, well, I'm excited to see you're bumping up. So we'll see you tomorrow for the C-Mains.
Yeah, I'll see you guys all tomorrow.
Awesome. Let's get some pictures.
Sir.
All right. And I got a Florida boy here to give an award to. One of the locals I've known for a while. Almost dropped your coin. There's your first place coin there, Dangles. Pro Dangles. Way to go, man.
This is my first coin. I've waited a long time for this.
Well, we've been at a lot of races together, and I know you've worked hard for it. So congratulations. I'm sure you've got a lot of our local Florida people that you want to say something to.
Oh, absolutely. Of course, Matt and Michelle, thanks for having the finest racing facility in the world, probably. And, thanks, Prop Mafia. I broke your hearts in the E-Main, but here, we're in D class. What's up? This one's for Alpy. He couldn't make it here. He had to go home and take care of his wife and kids. So, Alpy, dude, I got it for you, man. No worries. You can come get this from me.
Yeah, that's right, Alpy. We were worried about you. Hope everything's good. And man, just congratulations. I'm really proud of you.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Let's take some pictures.
Awesome. Here you go.
Well, congratulations, Iwandi, Ethan FPV, Bean Bastic, and your D-Main champion, Pro Dangles. They better get some rest tonight as we're going to resume at 10:30 tomorrow morning with our C-Main championship. Those double bump ups, Ethan FPV and Pro Dangles. Going to be competing tomorrow morning versus Taxu, Red 5, T-Bell, Static, Fips Dips, Fire Serpent, Jose FPV, Cali FPV, Scorb, Bosley, Pork Chop FPV, and QT FPV. The 12 that those four will join tomorrow morning at 10:30 for the C-Main Championship of the 2024 MultiGP Champs. Well, on behalf of the entire cast and crew of MultiGP Drone Racing, our thanks to you for being a part of this here tonight. Thanks to the great partners, and thanks to the contenders bringing the heat for this 10th MultiGP Championship. 10:30 in the morning, that is going to be just 13 and a half hours from now. We go to the skies again here in Citrus Springs, Florida at the No Quarter Ranch. Enjoy the rest of your Friday night. Championship Saturday is coming up in just a few hours. Thanks for being a part of the D-Main Friday Night Championship here at MultiGP Champs.